Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me thank the organizers of the World Bamboo Workshop for giving me the opportunity to address you here today. And I'm fortunate to have all of your participants plus my very old friend Susan Lucas. And I have been very frequently interacting with Namala Chichontam for the last few days. A lot of messages exchanged between us. And before I start my presentation, let me also announce to you, as Susan was also telling, that INBAR will soon be working on generating data on the who is who of the bamboo sector. That is, who is working in the bamboo sector and who are the producers, who are the farmers. A big, huge database. That's a big job actually. So we'll be starting that very soon. And we are working on the format. This we'll be sharing on the INBAR website and also as much as possible from our own database through emails to you all. So we would request you to promptly respond to that so that we will have a proper directory of the who is who of the bamboo and rattan sector. Okay, now, bamboo was once considered a humble material, but increasingly it is being treated and used in high-end, smart and sustainable architectural projects. You can see a lot of structures coming up here. That's a big progress. Commonly referred to as green gold, bamboo is a multi-use woody resource widely used in construction, pulping, plywood, handicrafts, and a diverse range of subsistence applications. And as well as generating job opportunities and cash income, bamboo also performs important environmental services, protecting biodiversity and restoring severely degraded lands. To give you an overview of my presentation, I'll first give you a small introduction, and not introduction, just give you an idea about the bamboo resources, the current status, then what are the potential applications in the area of environment, industries, value chains, and so on, and what is the current status of the global bamboo and rattan. I'm also touching rattan because INBAR also works on rattan, and then I'll be touching on the market linkage and standardization, and for this portion of market linkage and standardization, I would later on invite my colleague Ralf Kuepper, who is here. So he will be explaining to you this portion, and then I will continue again with INBAR programs for the bamboo sector development for India, for the northeastern part of India, and also globally, and then a way forward as to how we could take this forward. If you see the bamboo resources worldwide, as per the latest research by INBAR, which is the technical report 2017, which is titled The World Checklist of Bamboo and Rattan, globally there are over 1,600, to be precise 1,643 bamboo species in the world. And India reportedly has about 120 to 150 species, out of which 15 are commercial species. 15 are identified commercial species by the National Bamboo Mission. A few are like Bambusa bambus, Balkova, Bambusa nutans, Vulgaris, Tulda, Dendrocalamus asper, Giganteus hamiltoni, and Melacona bassifera, which you have a lot in the northeast. So these are some of the very few commercial species of the bamboo. Now, what is so special about bamboo and the northeastern region? Bamboo forms an integral part of the ecosystem in the northeast. With, if you see here, the map, if you see here, the green part on the right hand side shows the spread of bamboo in the different states of the 8 states of the northeastern region. And this is a table of the bamboo species in the tropical, subtropical and the temperate zones. And reportedly, it is the keystone species. We have around 78 to 89 species in the northeastern region. And about two-thirds of the growing stock in India is in the northeast. That is about 60% plus. See, the government of India, along with various regional and local stakeholders, has been trying to promote bamboo production, its value addition and trade in the region. So, if you see here, the market of bamboo and its products in the northeastern region is estimated to be around 62.5 billion Indian rupee, with a potential to grow up to 100 billion, with a rider that with value addition and further improvements. And also, like you say, the region has a huge potential. This is the international trade of various products: raw bamboos, bamboo shoots, charcoal, flooring, and so on. And literature regarding the multiple uses of bamboo. Bamboo highlights the utility of bamboo for house construction, bamboo ply, agriculture implements, handicraft, irrigation, medicine, food, and so on. So this is an overview of which bamboo species are used for the manufacture of different commodity groups. If you see the figure here, fuel, food, handicraft, weaving products occupy micro, small, and medium size of enterprises. And housing and construction comes and sticks, agarbatti, that is incense sticks, furniture comes under small and medium industry enterprises, and so on. Like the boarding and boards and flooring, paper and pulp, they all come under medium and large scale. And to move on from here, now I will share with you what are the industrial and market potential and value chains of an environment of bamboo, which is very useful for the country as well as the northeastern region of India. The potential application for environment, if you see, it helps in ecological restoration, ecological landscaping, reforestation, and on the socio-economic side, if you see, employment, that is overall livelihood generation, industry development, food. The bamboo shoot is a huge market, and that is what we have in the northeastern part here. Household energy requirements, and also as medicinal properties like bamboo vinegar for skin diseases and so on. And if you see the industrial applications, bamboo raw material is used in the wood industry, like small scale and rural industries, example weaving and furniture and so on. Food industry like edible shoot, fodder, bamboo beer also. Paper industry, pharmaceutical industry, activated bamboo charcoal, water treatment and vinegar. These are the various potential industrial applications of bamboo. So when you talk about product development, we also need to think about the value chain that is involved in the product development. Like for instance, we need to think about the end-to-end process, including all stages of production. That is we need to have a selection of criteria to be developed. Like we need to ensure that there is a market opportunity, and we need to ensure that the majority of bamboo species is available here and can be locally processed and benefits a large number of the community, and is also scalable and replicable, including possible adaptation. For example, if you take the case of bamboo shoots, the value chain involves supply chain from harvesting to bamboo shoot. It starts from processing, like removing of sheath, washing, sterilization, packaging, preservation, transporting, and finally to the market. If you see here, every stage of this value chain is an employment opportunity, is a livelihood development opportunity for the community, for the women to work it from home, also for the rural poor also. So value chain is a very important aspect of Indian production in the bamboo sector. And this is the potential industrial areas which could be tapped into, like bamboo furniture with a focus on for offices, if you see the picture there, and for kitchens, and very importantly can be very much used for making school desks. This is the picture of one of the INBAR projects in Africa, in Ghana. And to quickly share with you, these are some high-end products like lumber, high-end sofas, and bamboo flooring on the left-hand bottom. You can see the bamboo flooring there. This is a huge industry which could be developed with the right technology. And the next one is something on, some people who have visited China would have seen this. This is a new technology, that is bamboo winding technology made from bamboo. If you see the picture there, there are different sizes of bamboo drainages made out of bamboo. And they are also making bamboo trained compartments, which is in the research stage. Crash test and everything is going on now. This is the latest technology here. Next we will move towards the global trade of bamboo. So it's estimated that the global annual value is about 60 billion US dollars. And the leading exporter, on the left hand side is the exporters and the right is the importers. China is leading with $1,160 million, followed by EU, then Indonesia and so on. India is not there in the first 15 countries here, if you see the list. At the same time, on the import side, if you see, EU is leading with $484 million, followed by USA, Japan, and India is on the fourth position in terms of import. In fact, INBAR, with all these potential, in spite of having the world's huge bamboo resources, India has not reached the right potential of trade development. That's what we need to work on throughout the country and also in the northeast. And these are the countries that import the material to India, starting from with China with $21 million, Vietnam with $10 million, Indonesia $1 million. So these are the various countries that import materials to India. And product-wise, if you see, engineered bamboo products is the biggest thing in demand, has 24% of the world market, followed by bamboo shoots, 20%. There be huge potential for the Northeast India, bamboo shoots, followed by woven bamboo product, and bamboo and rattan furniture seats and so on. So here I would like to invite my colleague Ralf Kuepper for the next 2-3 slides to share with you some information and data on value of standardization and market linkages and the importance. Ralf?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, dear esteemed colleagues, my colleagues have referred already about the amazing potential of bamboo products and its technologies. But today I want to look into a different direction to open some mind space towards market linkages and product standardization. Because potentials alone are not absolute precondition for success, especially economical success. Okay. No, it's too small for me. To illustrate the challenge and the chances behind it, first some figures here. The domestic harvest 2016-2017 in India was about 14 million metric tons. The standing stock about 80 million metric tons, and the import of raw materials 29 million metric tons. This alone shows that there's a high potential, especially in domestic markets in India. But for bamboo raw materials, you see that there is a stronger market linkage from foreign countries. So the domestic market for bamboo in India is an estimated about 400 million US dollar. And the domestic market for bamboo in China is 8 times like that, 30 billion US dollar. But it shows that the domestic markets are very important, especially for the producer countries. The international markets for bamboo products are 1 billion US dollar. And we see here already that the import of India is 35 million US dollar, and the export from Indian producers and manufacturers is 22 million US dollars. This always shows again that the market linkage from exporters or importers into India is stronger than the market linkage from manufacturer into the international markets. But there's still a high potential for international market also for Indian producers. So, from the producer side in India, how we can improve the market linkage of Indian producers and manufacturers? And here are some key questions now. So, how to identify linkages? We have some methodologies like the chain of custody approach or the value chain approach. We should ask, or we can ask, which market we could aim, local, district, or international markets. How are the contract conditions, farmer to cooperatives, farmer to exporters, how are the contracts made, and how are the conditions. Here, the first reference we have to standardization procedures is how could we implement product specifications for our markets. And a last important point, financial performances, quality and scale, tax rules. This touches non-production requirements. We have here already a reference to standardization and how it is important for a producer. But we can ask a second question, and this is, what creates actually value for a buyer? This could be quality supply, reliable quality, transparency of processes. The most important indicator is here certificates and standards. All indicators I've mentioned here are based or locked on or to standards for products. So, what are actually product standards? They are simply a set of rules describing the product and process specifications as to judge quality, content, extent, intent, quantity, capacity, and value, like diameter, wall thicknesses, or color. These specifications becoming a standard through documentation and compliance. That's very important. So I ask here, what is the added value to prepare a set of rules, the documentation of specific measurements? Standards describe the specific value of a product and make this transparent for a user. By doing this, standards generate reliability and quality. The consumer, as well as the manufacturer or the wholesaler, they all rely on quality of the products. quality sells, and that is the reason why we have an amazing number of standards for products and processes in this world. But that's not the only added value to use product standards. Transparency about the quality opens trade borders and ensures the free movement of goods. Standard makes production processes more efficient and decrease costs. Standards facilitates in this way technology design, and one famous word is outsourcing. So standardization becomes more and more a meaning for value chain development. My colleague mentioned already. And that's why INBAR, as a standards writing and issuing organization for voluntary and ISO, International Standard Organization, standards, is increasing its efforts in this area. INBAR runs several task forces in the area of furniture, biofuels and construction, and offers ISO standards and voluntary guideline standards in form of technical papers and guidelines. Ending by giving you this mind space about the significance of standardization and process standards, I wish a fruitful and inspiring World Bamboo Workshop.
On the ground with member states, governments, member state governments to facilitate the introduction and strengthening of bamboo-friendly policies and national strategies. INBAR is an intergovernmental, just quickly introduce you, INBAR is an intergovernmental organization, or also a multilateral organization with 44 member countries, which is spread on the global south, almost equally in Asia, Africa and Latin America, headquartered in China, and the regional office, we have 5 regional offices including in India. This is the map of the INBAR, presence of the INBAR member countries. And quickly to share with you, INBAR has a program on, it's called the GOVER program. It is a global assessment of bamboo and rattan. The purpose of the program is to identify with not just about inventory, it is also determine the resource base in a particular area or a country or a state or a province, and to identify the opportunities and challenges of the sustainable development using bamboo. And GOVER study normally covers what are the area covered by which species, the economic value of economic development priorities, and the enabling policies needed for the country, and the new innovations that have been developed and that need to be developed slightly faster. So these are the quick outcomes expected of the national GOVER, as this one, of national policy, of developing international collaborations and so on. This is quickly about South-South Cooperation Initiative that INBAR has recently launched in Ethiopia, Tanzania and Madagascar along with India. This can be successfully adopted for development of India's bamboo sector. And this is way forward, the final slide. We need to work towards institutional capacity building where information is available, new methodologies are available, technology transfer is available. Then developing a policy framework development to identify and develop need-based strategy and business development opportunities and sustainable land management and climate change strategies. So with this, I would like to come to the end of my presentation with just a word saying that the time is right for bamboo's full economic and environmental potential to be fully realized as countries all over the world turn away from traditional carbon-heavy industries and towards the greener future. INBAR will continue to work with member states to facilitate policy change and pave the way for this transition. Thank you very much.